And there we have it. Today is the final day of Lent. Personally, I can't really believe it. I mean, wow, that actually went by really fast. I was expecting it to be a lot longer than what it was, but no. We're already here. I mean, I guess before I continue on, I could talk about my low, my high, my act of kindness. Let's see. I would say that my low was my mom really was starting to feel a little bit sick. I mean, nothing major. I think she just has some allergy troubles. To be honest, I'm having some allergy troubles too. I think it's that time of year. I don't know what to tell you. But my high is the fact that I did get to spend a lovely evening with my folks. And we finished off Lent with quite possibly the perfect way to do it. And my act of kindness was I actually I did show for my grandma yesterday for a little bit, but I also went to pay respects to a certain someone. I'll talk about that in a minute. So, good morning and happy Saturday, everyone. It is Holy Saturday for those of you who are practicing Lent. Technically, yes, Lent is, I guess you could say, over. Personally, though, I call Lent being over at midnight tonight. You know, obviously, midnight tonight would then be, Easter. So, there you go. So, I guess I could really talk about just how perfectly we ended Lent, because my mom was off, but she did get to watch my nephews for a little bit. And, when she got home, because, normally whenever, my mom is off from work, and it is a Friday during Lent, there are a few go-tos that we have. We will get garlic pizza from a Picnic Pizza, highly recommend. She'll make mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is always good. But honestly, it felt right and fitting. Actually, they meant the same thing. What am I doing? It felt good. Or, I can't even say this correctly. Yeah. My point is, we ended, the last Friday of Lent with quite possibly a very special mom food. One I have talked about many times in the past. My mom's broccoli and Swiss cheese soup. And it was absolutely phenomenal. Everything was there. It was comforting. It was cheesy. It had lots of broccoli in it, as it should, because, it's broccoli and Swiss cheese soup. Although, I've said this before, I'll say it again. My mom always calls it Swiss broccoli and cheese soup. I'm like, Mom, there's no such thing as Swiss broccoli. Technically, there's no such thing as Swiss cheese either, but semantics. But whatever you want to call it, I've always, it took me 30 years to really give it a chance. Don't mind the smell anymore. Because remember, this is a really strong smelling soup. It will be encompassing your whole house. And what was even worse is if you put it in the refrigerator and the smell encompasses the inside of that entire refrigerator as well. Not good. It doesn't go bad necessarily. Just, it's a really powerful odor. But, don't mind anymore. Give it a chance, and it's incredible. And I finally got a picture of a nice, decent cheese pull. Seriously, I'm really glad a bunch of you guys have been digging my photos of mom foods. And I really like how some of you even asked for the recipes for this. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. I mean, funny story. Around the beginning of Lent, when we first had broccoli and Swiss cheese soup, we had broccoli and Swiss cheese soup for the first Friday in Lent, and we had it for the last Friday in Lent as well. So, everything came full circle after all. So I asked my mom, "Hey Mom, where did you get the recipe for this?" And then she's like, "You know what? I don't remember. I know I got it out of an old magazine." And and I'm like, "Do you have that magazine clipping with you?" I'm like, I don't know where that is either. So my mom has basically been making this soup via memory for however many years now. But I guess, let's say that my mom actually would make it differently. I mean, here's the thing. The really big differences she uses are whether or not we're in Lent at all. Because if this is during Lent, she'll be making it with vegetable broth. And if this isn't during Lent, we have it with chicken stock. And my folks may have noticed a bit of a difference, but I didn't. I actually quite liked it either way. But then again, I grew up in a household where one of my father's famous saying was, "You've got two options: nothing and like it." So, there you go. I had to nut up and shut up, and I did. And I definitely like to think I'm a little more open to things now. So, thank you, Dad. Sorry if I'm yawning. It's weird. I actually felt like I got a pretty decent night's sleep last night, but I don't know. I guess that's not the case at all. But, I got a few, if you look on my social media, I got a few really good shots of, the soup obviously being made, how it looked in my bowl. All you need to do is add a little bit of salt and pepper, wash it down with really anything will work, but I went with water just because, I didn't really have anything else around me at the time. And honestly, that was all I needed. And I got a few perfect bites. One of the broth, one of the show that, you had lots of, broccoli in it because, again, it's broccoli and Swiss cheese soup. You better be seeing broccoli in there. And I got a before and after shot of a cheese bowl, which, hey, it is broccoli and Swiss cheese soup as well. Not only does there have to be a lot of broccoli, there also has to be a lot of Swiss cheese in there too. Even though, again, technically there really is no such thing as Swiss cheese, but, semantics. And it was just right. Normally my mom actually makes this soup so incredibly hot that that anyone can barely eat it except for her, but, she had this particular batch a little bit under temperature for her. Anyone else, like, this soup would be absolutely fine. But again, she has to have hers so hot that if you tried her soup her way, you'd be burning the roof of your mouth. Absolutely. So, she had to put hers in the microwave for 30 seconds. But my soup was delicious. Warm, comforting, cheesy, full of broccoli. Exactly what you would want in a soup like this. So, one of these days I really should look up the recipe my mom found and see if it matches, so I could share with you all. Because, as you know, I have made a full course menu of life, but now I'm currently trying to work on one that's made entirely of mom food. While I need a little bit more time to contemplate this, I think I may have just found my soup on that full-course menu. That's how good this is. But I need a little more time to think it over. One thing I didn't need to think over at all yesterday, however, was the opening day of the Dairy Barn. Now, I've talked about the Dairy Barn before, but I'll keep this brief. You know, my family and I have been going to the Dairy Barn since I was very little, for many years. Yes, I was little for many years. No, you get the idea. And we had seen it all during that time. You know, we've had people come and go to own it. You know, they've rejuvenated everything, refurbished everything. You know, even when they had staples like the pinball machines, or they had a yearly haunted house, and those aren't there anymore. But they had other things too. I just said they refurbished. Now they have a loft you can have parties at, and inside is sort of like a little shop. It has local knickknacks. They sell maple syrup, coffee. This place is really has legit as it's legitimately become legitimate. No, but you get the idea. This place is legit, and like Rita's, it always pains me to know that it doesn't stay open all year round. But what pains me even more is what happened over the last winter, because the current owners of the Dairy Barn, who have, by all accounts, done a fantastic job of, keeping everything ship shape, keep providing a nice, friendly environment for customers, all that. Good job. They recently had lost their dog, Elvis. Now, Elvis would actually would get out and about and, just sort of walk around the customers waiting in line, and anyone who wanted to pet the dog, would pet the dog. He was a good boy, a very good boy. He may be in my top 5 most behaved dogs I've ever known. That's how good of a dog he was. And he wasn't loud. I mean, he was so quiet. There were times you didn't even know he was there, until again he just somehow magically get out and about and rub against you you rub against my leg. Oh, it's a dog. Good boy. It'd be exactly like that, So, in honor of Elvis, I actually got myself a sundae, but not just any kind of sundae. See, I got my sundae made with caramel praline turtle ice cream. You guys know me. I love caramel, and I really love anything that can approximate what pralines and cream is, and caramel praline turtle made by Perry's. Excellent choice. It definitely gets the job done for me. And I got that sundae Elvis style. Now, full disclosure, when the good folks at the Dairy Barn came up with their specialty sundaes and they came out with the Elvis, they clearly made it with Elvis Presley in mind, whom, for those of you who don't know, he was known as the king of rock and roll. And his favorite food was famously a peanut butter and banana sandwich. And so to honor Elvis Presley, that's what people like to do. They have, if it's Elvis style, it comes with peanut butter and bananas. This sundae also came with peanut butter and bananas. But I did ask the owners, did you name the sundae after Elvis the dog? And she's like, technically, yeah, but it's also named after Elvis Presley. So really it could be for either one, but, I chose to, sort of go to the Dairy Barn and pay my respects to Elvis. He was a good dog, very good boy, and he will be sorely missed. As for what else is on my sundae, good folks in the Dairy Barn always keep their sundaes fairly simple. Usually whatever style it is, it also comes with nuts chopped peanuts, by the way. Yeah, see, people just say the word nuts and they think something else, but these are chopped peanuts, okay? So chopped peanuts, whipped cream, and a cherry on top, of course. Actually, full disclosure, one time, because for those of you who never heard, the theory is if you're able to take a stem of a cherry, put it in your mouth, and you like doing that, like form that stem into a knot, you're supposed to be a very good kisser. And no kidding, I have been able to do that before. Just saying. Anyway, the sundae was absolutely phenomenal. You know, there wasn't too, I mean, I'll be honest, normally I'm not really a fruit guy when it comes to my ice cream. But bananas seem to work here. So you know what? I'm making an exception for bananas. And, you know, there wasn't too much peanut butter either, you know. And again, it's caramel praline turtle ice cream. It comes with a little caramel cups and caramel swirl and pralines. This sundae really had it all. So, to the good folks at the Dairy Barn, I hope you had a busy, but not too busy, opening day. And I hope you're all doing well after the passing of Elvis. Once again, Elvis, you will be sorely missed. You were a very good boy. Like, favorite, share, hit that subscribe button if you liked it. And if you want to see more, you can subscribe to me, follow the notifications. You know, follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr. You know, I'm on YouTube, obviously. And I am very humbled to make this video for all of you guys who watch. Enjoy for the animal. We have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. Remember, because I'll talk to you, be here to lend me. Always be back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.